holidays, everybody. Welcome. This is Straight from the Source. My name is Winnie Lubembe.
My name is Lucy Riley.
My name is Robi Omondi.
My name is Busara Naaman.
And once again, this is Straight from the Source.
It's definitely saucy.
Hey, yes. And today we'll be talking about my favorite topic of all time, New Year's resolution. Woo! But before that, there's something very important that we cannot forget to do. More energy,
More passion, more energy.
Yes. At this point, that should be like our, I don't know, trademark, whatever, right? More passion, more energy. And guess what? That is the attitude that we're getting into the new year.
Yes.
With, you know, more energy, more passion, more action, more everything, more positive, more life, more
shine, star, stand out. Yes.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, right?
And the reason why I want us to talk about this thing, this topic rather, is because every new year, we all have that at the back of our minds. I know there's some people who are like, don't care, I am alive, God is good, a day at a time. And there's some people who, 31st, saa sita ya usiku, tuko hapa with a pen and a paper. We're writing all these things. But I want to ask you guys, first of all, do you believe in that? Like New Year resolutions, like we have to have it. We cross over to the new year. What do you guys feel about it?
Absolutely. What do you mean? Yes. You know, I remember I go back to a time in my life when I used to listen a lot to like Tony Robbins, Anthony Robbins, and I shortened his name to Tony Robbins. And he used to say that it's very important to have like goals, plans, review them every quarterly, semi-annually, and at the end of the year, and then look forward and introspect. What have you achieved? What could you have done better? What can you do differently? And I think it's absolutely important that we all should do it. But then the challenge is, you know, sometimes we look at it and we make plans and then we don't achieve them, and then we're like, as the years go by, you become lazy and you're like, well, I don't really have to do that, and then it just becomes like, let's go with the punches. And then life happens at you.
Let me tell you
I absolutely believe in it. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense, but let me speak for people who don't have the culture. Let me call it a culture, because I believe it's a culture that one should begin from somewhere with. Most of us, maybe this generation, I don't know if we still have mentors. I don't know if we still have people who we look up to. I don't know if we have people who hold us accountable of our dreams, of the things we want to achieve. But we live in a time when everyone wants to keep things to themselves. There's a quote that says, if you're doing something big, shut your mouth about it until it happens. But now going back to a time when you have someone who tells you, hey, Robi, you actually wrote down that you wanted to buy a car. How far are you with this
accountability?
What are you doing about it?
So important.
There's that part where you feel like, I don't want to jinx my dreams by telling someone. But now we have vision boards. I don't know.
I am a big proponent
that you talked about that.
I don't know.
There's a thin line between that.
Look at Busara.
Unleash.
I know. Unajua nini? Naangalia uliposema vision boards, naona Winnie na Lucy wamefurahi. Na ni kweli wako na vision boards. Like washatuonyesha mara kadhaa tukiingia, tukiwatembelea tunaziona wamezibandika ukutani. Alafu kuna wengine wetu, kuna kina sisi dada zanguni na kaka zanguni, tuko tu tuenda na flow. Wasema Mungu asante, nimeiona siku njema, nimeona mwaka mpya, basi safiri nami hadi mwisho wa mwaka. Lakini usema kweli ni kwamba tupo na goals, ni vile hatuziandiki chini. Unapata najiambia mwaka huu unaokuja nitahakikisha kwamba nimepunguza kilo kadhaa. Kando na hayo nitahakikisha kwamba pengine nimerudi shuleni kusomea kitu fulani. Nitahakikisha kwamba pengine, yani kuna vitu vingi ambavyo unakuwa umejiwekea kwamba utafanya, lakini ni vile huviandiki. Unavifuatilia tu kimoyomoyo chini ya maji, lakini changamoto ni utekelezwaji. Unajua ndoto umeandika pale, goal uko nayo, lakini wakati wa kutekeleza unasema no more carbohydrates, no more sugars. I'll be walking, I'll go to the gym. Hata ufikiri mara mbili akile fanyi kazi ushapiga. Kidogo machapati nini. Satan, yani shetani mbaya. Lakini mwaka huu kusema ile ukweli nimejiambia nitajaribu niandike. Yani mmeni-inspire. Sasa nitafuata mkondo wenu.
Nijaribu
kama niandike kitu chini.
And guess what? Umesema sasa sisi ni wale kukufuatilia like Busara umeandika. First of all umeandika. Number 2 umeandika nini? Number 3 what are we doing to make sure that we achieve that? Oh, that's a good thing. I like it when I hear someone say that. That you know what? Yes, I am actually going to do it from today henceforth. I like that. It makes my heart. I really do. For me, so when do you guys set your New Year's resolutions? When do you do it? I'm curious because I do it differently. So I want to hear what
my goodness. But what you're saying that, I think the best time to do it is around about November, December.
Okay.
So I know that that's a good time because then, you're leading up to it. It's not something I think you should do it like the 31st or the 1st or the year that has already arrived. I think you should do it a couple of weeks or even a month before the new year comes in. Why? Is because then you have time to really get into that moment. I think you need quietness when you're doing your goal setting because I do it at least every other year. I try to make sure that I sit down, I have a look at how to structure my goals. And the way I actually do it is, you think of a pizza. Okay? A pizza, when you cut it into like there's the
slices.
Those are 2.
The
then
half,
you cut it again. Those are
quarters.
4. Then that's 6, and then you cut it again. That's 8. So each structure, each piece of the pizza is 8, right? So each of them is like, one is financial goals. The other one is like health goals. Then you have adventure goals. Then you have relationships, and in relationships you can have like family, romantic, and friendships. Then you have education goals. Then you have personal development. Very different from education. And then you also have I forget the other 2, but I remember them. And then those other 2 come in, like let's say contribution goals. And contribution is like, where in this year do you want to like contribute like a certain percentage towards helping a needy child, paying someone's medical health, even going out there and doing something that's just something out of your comfort zone, but it's helping another human being
someone,
because you're impacting them. And then you have the audacious goals as well, something that's like out of
my days. There's so look at you like, you're crazy.
In a private jet this year, who knows?
She's been speaking about private jets. Like next year,
one of our episodes, right?
Yes.
And so I like to do that to answer your question, like where as I lead up to, and if I can get into that sort of momentum before we get into the new year, it's even better, because sometimes when you think you're gonna hit the road running on the 1st of January, man, there's so many things that'll come at you.
My days, school fees.
Finances, you got your pay like in December, maybe double of it, so then you're like, I don't have to follow up on it, I can't pay my gym for my health goals, I can't do this and this. So I tend to look at it like, okay, how soon can I begin? Because the decisions I'm making for tomorrow start today. So the little steps I can do, make a difference. What about you, Robi?
Okay, so for me, basically, actually in the past years, I haven't been the person to write down, like the writing. But I normally know when to.
You have it in your head, and you know what exactly you want.
So basically, what happens for me, my resolution time begins. Rather, I start them off after my birthday.
Nice. Okay.
I usually believe my
your new year begins
after my birthday, which happens to be almost close to the year because it's in February. So I feel like I give myself time to see, the year has begun. Things have slowed down. People are chill. Like if you want to approach someone, let's say I have a business idea. If I'm approaching someone, I wouldn't, in my opinion, necessarily approach them in January. But in February, everyone else seems to be settled down, relaxed, back to work, like literally. Let's say when it comes to work. So after my birthday, that's the time I'm like, now it's like I'm beginning something new. And I've set my journey towards achieving them before this other period comes. So my period is within February, after my birthday. And now I begin to work towards achieving whatever it is that I have set aside.
I know. Busara, I know you are like, and then there is us.
No, lakini mimi kwa maoni yangu, kwa mfano hii mipango ambayo wanapanga, na subiri paka ifike hiyo January mwaka mpya unapoingia najisikia tu mwaka mpya ndio huu Mungu amesaidia tumeona Januari ndio hii najua mambo ni magumu Januari mambo ni magumu kuna school fees kuna nini kuna kusafiri kutoka Ushago kurudi Nairobi mambo mengi lakini wanaona huo ndo wakati wakaanza kusema haya mwaka ndio unaanza tunatarajia kwamba ikifika mwezi wa 4 nitakuwa nimefanya kipi by the time ifike mwezi wa 8 nitakuwa nafanya kipi na by the time afika mwisho wa mwaka je natarajia kwamba nitakuwa nimeafikia mambo gani na gani kwa hivyo naona wakati mzuri wa kupanga kinyume na Lucy pale si November December mimi November bado ninashukuru mwaka umeisha
raha kwanza
naangalia hivi nasema I failed I planned nilisema nimefaili nikafaili aka moja ndo nimeafikia sasa kwa January nishughulikie hizi tatu ambazo nimefail maana ifika November ndo na realize wow I have failed.
It's so weird because mwaka enough like but yani unashtuka haja it's November. What have I done? Do you know it's so weird because for this year 2024 again TMI shauri yenu. So one of my goals was my days this is too much to share.
Good.
I love that. No, one of the goals was to get pregnant. I know. In 2024.
Yeah.
Have I worked hard towards that?
Have you?
Not yet.
Zero.
I leave that to your discretion.
In my opinion, you have slept on the job.
Yes. Oh wow.
Put
Robi.
more effort.
Put more effort.
If you
Work harder.
So when you said that hey unaangalia wa November imefika sijachieve. So I was sharing with someone like hi do you know by the way I wanted to get pregnant in 2024 and then she's like you know what by the way mwaka ijaisha bado uko na around 30 something days for you to figure it out so it's not too late. So that got me but for me my year starts on my birthday that is 2nd December. And what I usually do is even before my birthday, so like 1st December, up on like around 10, 11, I tend to like just sit with myself. So no TV, nothing. And just, I don't know, like just sit in silence for some weird reason. It's not a ritual, I promise you. It's just sort of like me centering myself and getting to understand, okay, so what is it that we want to achieve for the next year? And also, I have like a word for the year.
Nice.
Like for this year, like that. My word was like butterfly.
I remember. Yes. We had a dinner. Remember the dinner we had earlier in the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
And that was
I mentioned that, yes. And true
really
to
happy.
it, because like when you think about the butterfly, like first of all, I mean, aside from its beauty and the wings and the fact that it flies and all those things, but the process before it gets there.
Yes,
I think
inakuwa caterpillar kwanza before
and then butterfly. So you see, like the entire process, it's not beautiful, it's painful. First of all, for the butterfly, like by the time it gets there. But the result is just beautiful and all those things. So for me, my word was butterfly, like embrace the difficult moments, but also fly, you know? Yeah, so that was my word for this year. Absolutely. Something else that I do, oh my God, now this is like a ritual. I write letters to myself, and then I say open on your next birthday. So like last year, I did a letter to myself, and then I'm supposed to actually open this year. So just like encouraging things like, hey, I'm proud, you know, where you've come from and where you are at, and then these are the things that we're looking forward to. Then I seal it and I keep it away. So on my birthday, I open it, I read it, and I cry most of the time because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is where I was. Awesome. And then I set now my goals for the entire year. And you know, you mentioned it's important. I like the pizza analogy. I really do. Because sometimes when you're setting your goals, it's like your mind is everywhere. And you want to achieve so much in a short period of time that sometimes in Africa November, the way Busara was saying, hiya,
nothing has
and you've not done anything. So I think I'm going to do like the pizza analogy this time round and just segment them. Because when you do like finances, relationship, get pregnant. It's like everything is everywhere. So that is what I do. And I don't know, like I really I love that. I do. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It brings me so much joy to just do that and then see what the year brings.
I love that. And even when you say that you've done letters to yourself, let me tell you, when I was transitioning from the course that I used to do engineering into now when I got into media, I was in a network marketing company, and that company we used to do trips. So one trip when I did a trip to Cape Town at the time we were doing, it's a personal development immersive experience.
Nice.
And we did letters to ourselves. So at the time I think I was 19.
Yeah.
So I did a letter to myself when I'm 30. No, when I'm 35. Then I did when I'm 45, when I'm 55, and when I'm 65. And I have those letters. And I think I also did one when I'm 25, when I was 25, when I was guy way. Anyway, so I opened the one for 25. And when I opened it, I was so emotional because I hadn't achieved a couple of things that were in
you
there.
wanted, yes.
But life had changed so much between 19 and 25.
Yeah.
But then also it made me think like, wow, even at that point I was really ambitious and I had so many dreams and goals and things I wanted to achieve. And, you know, I was a dreamer. And I think I still am. It's just that now maybe I want to like sort of chart out that plan.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting that you would say that.
You look back.
Yeah. And it's very interesting. So I wonder now, moving on to the new year, how do you cope with like you've put out goals for yourself and then there's forgetting some of the things you write down, because if you don't see it every day, if you don't look at the goals every morning and every evening, or remind yourself either when your phone, like for me, for my phone, when I open my phone I see my vision board. Same. Yeah. And then if you forget about them, you can go through the whole year and then later you're like, oh yeah, I had actually set some goals. How do you remind yourself and how do you hold your own self to account?
Even stay on course.
Because you can life happens, and life is what happens when you're busy planning life to happen, and then things just come at you. So then what happens then, and how do you just remind yourself that it's okay and this is a part of the process to get to that finish line, to get the whatever it is that you're trying to get to. And there is no finish line also, because you know at the end of the day you set for yourself what you want to achieve and the goal.
I think for me, I've really it's hard to accept that one is a procrastinator. I have been for a long time.
It's
something I'm working on actively, but I strive so much to have someone in my life who is a good friend. Very close to me. They understand how I operate, kinda, and they can still call me out.
When you're
that
slacking.
Balance, they know you're slacking, and they know. For me, I work so hard. I think I'm an overachiever. I dream big. I work so hard to achieve, but again, I procrastinate a lot. Which now becomes another. Let me call it a setback when it comes to me eventually
achieving the things that you wanted to
for myself, or what I want to achieve. So I think it's about understanding. Let's say there are people maybe who don't need someone to hold them accountable. Maybe they can do it on their own. But if you feel like there's something about you that keeps pulling you back, learn to drain the luggage, or rather to shed off the heavy weight in your life. If it means speaking out to someone, or making sure you have someone who can hold you accountable.
I like that. Because I've never done that actually. I have never had someone to hold me to account on the things that I want to achieve. No, I just write and then put them somewhere, and then that's it. Every morning fungue wardrobe naziona hapo ndio hiyo.
Ni ukweli vile umesema. Maana kama Lucy pale amesema ameweka nini yake katika ni wallpaper.
Yes, on your wallpaper, yes.
Kila unapofungua simu unakumbuka kwamba hili ni jukumu ambalo nilikuwa nimejiwekea lazima ni. Lakini kama Robi alivyosema, ni vizuri kuwa na mtu. Unapata kama mimi na my partner tunasukumana na kukumbushana kwamba tulipanga kwamba tutafanya hili na hili na hili. Tumefikia wapi? Ni wapi ambapo tunaona tunajivuta sana, ama ni kipi ambacho kinatuweka chini. Alafu tukijua tatizo liko wapi, basi ni kujikaza, kujisukuma. Maana mara nyingine kufanya kitu peke yako unapata ni vigumu sana kuafikia yale malengo ambayo umeweka. Lakini unapokuwa na mtu ambaye ndoto zenu zinafanana, malengo yenu kidogo yanaendana, basi inakuwa rahisi kusukumana na kukumbushana. Mkiona mnajivuta nyuma, mnasema haya basi safari tujikaze kamba, tujifunge kibwebe vizuri, tuendelee kuafikia ile ndoto. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri kuwa na mtu ambaye anakusukuma.
I think so. But again, remember what you said, Robi, when you talk to people about your dreams and goals and all those things, kuna wale, I don't know, it's like, it sounds superstitious, but sometimes, do you know, kitambo, I never believed in those things until I had a lot of people, because mimi, akimini ule, so if I'm excited about something, I'm like,
Yeah, I want to tell you.
I want this, I want this, I saw this, I want to achieve this, I want that, I want that. Then someone is telling me, sasa wewe, the more you tell people about the things that you want to achieve, the more kuna wale wenye hawakusikii vizuri. Wako na macho mbaya, so it will not happen, it will not happen. But kitambo, like before that idea, like before I was fed with that, I used to tell people and it would happen, you know. But after hizo stories that it won't aki ukweli hata nisipoambia mtu sita achieve. So I'm like, so then how do you strike a balance to understand? So fine, I am sharing because I want, say, Lucy to hold me to account, but then how much are you sharing of your goals?
Lakini ule mtu unayemwambia nani?
That's the thing. I was actually going to say the same thing.
And from, I don't know, spirituality is diverse. For me, coming from a spiritual point, is speaking life into something.
Yes.
It could be, you see how we talk. Even recording a video is speaking life into this particular thing. It might not be someone else. Because, there are those people who, I will not tell anyone until it happens. And it does happen. But speaking life into something, into existence, it works.
It actually works.
Realm, when you look at it from that perspective. And the same way Busara amesema, who are you telling?
True.
There are people who, if you believe in speaking life into things, you will know that how this person receives your information. What have they done with the things you've told them before? How do they receive it? You will feel it.
And even energies, like I'm very big on energies and the energies that people give you. Sometimes like unaweza ambia mtu kitu and you see the way they respond to it is like some bit of like negativity into it. So now I'm cautious, like since sasa okay, don't tell everyone, because again there's some people who watakusikilia vibaya and then those things won't come to light. So now I'm cautious, but I'm like, but that is not me, because maybe oh my gosh, I want this, I want that, I want to travel, I want to that, I want to
and speak it into existence. And I just wanted to echo, like when Busara was saying it depends on who you're telling. I feel like when you tell someone who is already doing the thing that you're trying to achieve or is successful in that area, they will never be the person to criticize you. The people who criticize you tend to be the ones who have never done it before. They're skeptical. They're not doing anything. They're in their comfort zone, and they're looking into you. They're looking. It's like the way the Bible says sometimes. They're like, why are you looking at the speck in your brother's eye and you have a whole log in your whole eye? You know what I mean? So what it is that you have to, when you think about who it is that you're telling your goals to, there are people you'll tell and they'll be like excited. If I tell you my goals are like, private jet, private yacht, what penthouse apartment, and I'm telling the wrong person, they'll be like,
first of all, they'll be like, yo, mad.
Dreams are valid. But then there are other people, they're like, why not, like, why not go higher? You can do more. And then they make you feel like, I'm dreaming too small. I need to go higher.
That has reminded me when you mentioned, so I was looking at you like, you're crazy, So my so my car, so I've had it on my vision board for 2021, 22, 23, now to go 2024. So I got it in 2024. So say 3 years,
Fantastic.
And do you know, the first time I mentioned it to my friends, sikuwa na kazi. I was broke as I don't know what. I had just quit my previous, my place of work, because again, long story. So sikuwa na kazi, and there was no, unaonanga kuna light at the end of the tunnel. There was, it's literally, scared like dry. There was no light. There was no nothing. There was no tunnel. You're
like, hey, we gotta charter this
tunnel. But the first time I saw it, I was like, this is what I want. This is what I want. And if you looked at my YouTube history, it was that car all over. It's everywhere. Everywhere. I would read about it. I would look at videos of people who have it and all those things.
There's a term for it.
The red car,
reticular, RAM, reticular eye movement, or reticular activation movement. So the moment you start to think, you know what, I want a Range Rover Red Evoque 2019. Before you know it, you're gonna start noticing it, and you'll be like, whoa, what's going on? And that's what was happening.
That is what was happening. And then also, so I think my friends were looking at me, and then I would send them pictures on my WhatsApp group. I'm like, my first car is this model. My second car is I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
Range Rover autobiography. Okay.
Absolutely.
And then there's the Mercedes
Girl, I am loving
GLE.
this.
Yeah.
Coupe.
350
Or is it
coupe.
coupe? I love that.
And then I want like a Land Rover Defender. You know those like big tires and then big matas.
Yes.
Up is like a beast.
I love that.
And then a motorbike, a BMW. I am just gonna say. So my friends were looking at me
Busara,
like,
are you listening to this?
Yes, I'm listening.
so my friends were looking at me
Yes.
like, first of all, hauna hata kazi. Can we talk about you getting a job first?
job.
And then, because I would send them pictures of all this like random cars. So later, so when I got it, one of my friends was telling me, you know what? Actually, I look at you and I think it's either you're the craziest person alive or you have the biggest faith ever.
Yes.
But I know
love-
myself, I've always been a big dreamer and I've always believed in getting what, because I know those desires that we have, it's God who's put those desires in you. And at his own appointed time,
Yes.
he'll bring it to
The
pass.
Lord will make it
so
happen.
so I had my car on my vision board for 4 years, 3 years. Yeah, and it happened. You
Yeah.
know,
I know,
It
and
did
Winnie, I think things happen. Manake unaongea kuhusu kuongea na rafiki zako kuhusiana na malengo
the
ambayo
things
uko
that I
nayo.
want, yes.
Mimi unanikumbusha once upon a time nilikuwa na dance competition ya sakata ile yenye iko pale naweza taja Citizen TV. And then sometimes tumeketi na hiyo crew yetu tuko zoezi because kwa tunakutana daily kupiga zoezi. Then tukikutana daily tukiketi kupiga tu story wakati wa break. And then tunaanza kuulizana, so competition itaisha, maybe tutashinda ama tutashindwa. But what next? So tunaanza kuambiana utakuwa nini after hapa. So jokes to me nawaambia me think nitakuwa nasoma news kwa TV alafu akole hebu tufanyie and then of course hata hiyo bado hata internship sijapata. But then nafanyia kwa sababu nilikuwa napenda kufanya practice kwa kioo. Napata hujambo na karibu, jina langu ni Busara Naaman na hizi hapa ndo taarifa tulizokuandalia usiku wa leo. Jokes and then one day
look
I was on TV and one of the dancers is texting me, Busara unakumbuka those days tukiongea tu on TV and look at you now.
Imagine.
And then all those friends of mine badi sawa wana dance, they have the best bodies on earth.
Right?
They are dancing the music videos zote ambazo mnaziona sasa wako. Sometimes nawaona hivi nikikutana nao naambia I'm so jealous. I wish I was and then
look at you
and they're like I wish we were you. And I'm like okay, life happens. Napata dream yao ilikuwa ku dance in the wasani
and
famous,
be like the biggest
travel the world, be judges in big competitions. Unapata wameachieve in their own way. So wakati nikiwaangalia niko like oh my god, I wish I was still in this space.
But they look
like,
at you be like sisi tunataka
kwa hiyo space and I'm like it's life. I think it's life.
I think it happens. So don't be afraid. Speak it out. Forget about other people's negativity and their energies and all those things, because as long as you have faith in what you want and like you believe in the things that you want, I say listen, speak it out and all those things. That has reminded me. So I wanted to be a journalist, TV presenter, whatever it is, since I was 10. So I remember when I came to Nairobi the first time, so my aunt zile nakuzungusha taona kwambia landmarks ukipotea afya center ni hapa, nation center ni hapa, aka ni pale nini you know. So where I work now at NTV, so hiyo tukifanywa landmark, so tukapita nation center, he's like unajua by the way NTV kwa I'm like what do you mean? She's like come back one day, because that is the first place like that I fell in love with like TV presenting, like I said, like watching akina Winnie Mukami nini they were at NTV. So she's like go touch one of the pillars and say one day, you know.
That's so
I know, right?
Oh
so mimi naive from the village, I'm like hey nishike pila wenyewe alafu nikashikwe na askari, because there's usually like security guys hapo. I'm like siwezi. So then when we were like karibu tutoke nation center, so this one pillar, so I was like one day and guess what, 10 years later, 10 years later I actually got a job there. 10 years later since the first, you know. So I'm like there's power in speaking out, there's power in sharing, there's power, so don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Share it, do all those things. Now I'm nosy, so tunaenda 2025. What are your goals for 2025? Yes. What are you thinking?
Acha nianze na upande wangu. Mimi kwanza 2025 I want to lose weight. Yani live a healthy lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Huu mwaka umenishtua because of hizi lifestyle stuff. Tumekuwa hospitalini. It was really scary. It was a nightmare. Sasa hiyo umeshtuka manake mwenzangu yani bwanangu amekuwa mgonjwa na changamoto ni hizi moyo. So mpaka daktari akawa anasema itabidi mpunguze mili, itabidi mchague chakula ambacho mnakula, hamwezi kula vegetable oil, sijui tujaribu kula vitu vya kuchemsha. So nimejiambia goal yangu lazima nipunguze mwili na si kupunguza mwili tu, kuishi maisha ambayo mazuri ya afya. Alafu kitu kingine, jamani ndoto yangu mwaka naogopa kusema.
Sema harusi tunayo.
We will hold you to account to be like, Busara, so you said unataka to lose weight. What are we doing towards losing the weight? Number 2. Go.
Number 2, jamani, lazima lile gauni leupe. I want to go international.
Yes. And we're putting it out to the universe and then you receive it. Everything. Those are really good.
Great
Love
goals.
those.
And the best part about hearing you say that is because Busara, I have been like side by side with you when I see you going, putting yourself out there, applying, and I also know your work ethic, your background, you have experience, you have a track record of excellence in your work. So I genuinely pray that happens for you.
It will happen.
Because you've paid the price. Everything has a price to pay. What are you willing to pay for it? So this year, 2025, this has to be, God willing, the year that opens up, because it's been a long time coming. Honestly, so
and it's gonna be worth it.
Amen.
I love those. I'm getting chills. I'm like, yes. Okay, Robi.
Wow. Where do I begin?
Where to begin?
I don't know, because I'm already doing some things that are aligning towards what I want to do.
Okay.
You understand? I am a firm believer of having multiple sources of income.
I love that.
I'm very firm. I don't believe I can have only one source of income and just sleep at night peacefully. Maybe that's why I don't sleep well.
Like a head to the truck.
My New Year's resolution is to align my sources of income to be in a position where they are stable enough to withstand the test of time.
Okay. Good. I like that. Yeah.
Because some things we dream big, but we don't look at dreams that will stand beyond us. I would like to build a legacy that outgrows me, that outlives me.
Oh my days, that's deep.
Something that you see when you see
generational wealth.
We've seen people having generational wealth. In my family, kunazo zenye ziko, maybe property, maybe land, maybe what. But it's hard to find in most families if you've come from an average family setup. Hakuna yo generational wealth where you can say my grandchildren will find this and they'll be okay.
I see. Wow, that's big.
I'm building towards having multiple sources of income, but at the same time build a legacy that will outgrow me.
Oh damn, that's
I know it's a
good.
broad perspective.
No, it's good though. It's
I've
good.
already set some paths towards that. Number 2, I like learning and expounding on things. I am growing my fashion line. So I intend to go back to school to do it professionally for myself.
Oh, I like that.
And I don't know how to swim.
Good goal.
Luckily you're sitting next to someone who's
Sometimes
I can teach you.
Robi, angalia nyuma yako. Angalia nyuma yako.
I know. Robi, that is
in the
Bahamas. Imagine, I don't know.
In the Maldives.
I can try. I can, do some things. But I want to learn how to swim. The small things. You see those small things that people overlook. Like swimming. Those small things. I want to go into a year where I explore different avenues of life that will keep me excited.
Excited. I like that.
Let me call it that.
Yes. Damn, that's
Absolutely
good.
love
Yeah,
that.
yes.
Because over
For
time, last year I said I want to do professional makeup. I think I learned how to do professional makeup.
Yeah.
I said I want to open a beauty a cloth line. I did
You
that
did,
last year.
yeah.
So I'm building towards those things
That's
now, and also getting the
nice.
excitement out of life.
Yeah.
So
Good
that
for you,
girl.
girl.
Good
Good for you. I know, and then you don't even enjoy that money.
No.
Enjoyment. Enjoyment.
All right, to enjoy.
Yes. I know. Oh,
Maisha
that's nice.
mafupi, eh?
Yes.
Going back to dance.
You never know. You never
Girl, I love
know.
to
Yeah.
dance.
I like that.
I know.
I like that.
And Busara is saying Sakata, we used to dance together.
I
we
know.
used to
My
dance
goodness.
now.
I can look
I
at
know.
you.
I know.
Yeah.
Hata ukiangalia sahi kwa social media yangu, most of the time I dance. I know people will judge me. They'll tell you, hey, you are now a mother. You are almost a
nobody's
wife.
gonna judge
You know
you.
you are a
No
professional.
one. And
But
why?
then I'm like, I love
cares?
dance. It gives me
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah, it brings you
happiness.
joy and
Makes
happiness.
you
So at
happy.
least
Dance.
dance.
Me, I'm going
Yeah.
Busara
back
at
to
50.
dance.
Please dance.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, dance.
And I really like when you say that
Yeah.
you love to dance and that's what makes you happy. Because the more you do what it is that innately makes you you attract the right kind of people that want to hear more of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Your voice, your message,
Yeah.
and putting yourself out there. Because when we try to be like someone else, when you are put on this earth, there are those people who need to hear your voice, your message.
Yes.
And they won't be able to hear it because you're trying to dilute it with all these other things. You think, no, I should be this way.
Yeah.
I should be more like Winnie or Robi
Yeah.
or Lucy.
Yeah.
But when you're yourself,
Yes.
it
You
gives an
attract
opportunity to those who you were meant to reach out
Yes.
to when you were put
You will
on
find
this
your
earth
people.
at your appointed
Yes.
time.
I
And
like
just
that.
to
Wow.
amen.
Yes.
Yeah. And in addition to what Robi is saying, because everything you're saying, both of you, like they're all up there in my list as well. Top.
Yeah.
I think in this 2025 year, my words or like the theme for me is number one, resilience.
Yes.
Number two, it goes back to what I had in 2024, excellence.
Yes.
Because I believe excellence is a way of life. It doesn't stop at just 1 year, then okay, I'm done. Next
Yeah.
year it's something different. Yes. So resilience, excellence, and discipline. Why I say that is because when you talk about health and when you talk about multiple streams of income, you need to be able to work continuously, keep working on
Yeah.
this. It's a mundane, boring things I think that sometimes might not look so exciting to the outside world. But are you learning about the things that you need to do to create those extra streams of income, which might be a topic for another time,
Yeah.
right? So when I
Yeah.
talk about resilience, for some reason I had been looking at 2024, looking at this book of Job. You know, Job, the character in the Bible, that had so much wealth. It was all taken away from him. His family, the people he loved and cared about, all went, and then he went through the trying and testing times. But then at the time, at a different time, it was given back to him double the portion,
Yes.
right? And he
Yeah.
went through it.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, now that's something that for some reason I've been thinking about it. I'm not saying that I want to go through hardship.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
no one
gosh,
wants
no.
that.
No,
but you
no.
know,
Tufiakwa.
yeah,
No.
tufiakwa. God forbid. But then again, whatever it takes to make you that resilient person. And when we talk about excellence, Daniel is someone I always admire in the good book because, he was someone who was excellent in all his ways.
Yeah.
You know, when he prayed 3 times a day. He was so well established and all the people in the land knew him,
Yeah.
the way he did his things. And when you knew you could count on this person, I would want to, envision myself as someone whom you can depend, you can know that Lucy will get these things done because that excellence is
I
her
like that.
way,
Yeah.
right? And when it comes to discipline, if I say I want to do something, I would want to be be able to get that thing done. So if it is health,
Yeah.
it's very easy to at the beginning of the year say I want to lose X amount of kgs, show up at the gym every other day,
Yeah.
and all this. But it might be very difficult to follow through with your word
That's
because
the
some
thing,
days
yeah.
you wake up and you're feeling,
I'm tired.
I'm not sure I
Do
can
I
do this.
need
Today,
to?
man, it's raining. It's cloudy outside. I'm not going to do it. So it's the
sustain,
quality
yeah.
and character of discipline that I aspire to become in this new year because those qualities will help me sort of, lead up to the goals
Yes.
that are in those different categories because there's so many and obviously we can't get into them, but yes,
Yeah.
Winnie.
Okay, I'm just so nosy. I'm like, just one. That one that I will hold you to account. That one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah, you.
The one that will hold me to account.
No, all of us will hold
Yeah.
you to account. I heard Lucy, you said Which one?
You see,
I'm
like
just
Busara
curious.
will make sure she works on
Yeah.
her.
Eh.
health
So,
journey.
but,
You
but
said
how
on
do
those
we-
3
how
words.
How do we make sure that I am a resilient person? How do you make sure that, Lucy, why are you quitting and you're not continuing?
Yeah.
I wonder. So what could
So on the resilience part, what is it that you want to be resilient on? Or on the discipline part, what do you want? I know we are pushing you, but
You're
yes,
already, because
we are.
So
genuinely,
many.
You
you're
are.
a disciplined person.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not like you're
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a work in progress.
Yes.
I like to see myself as a work in progress.
Yeah.
But I have so many. Oh my
Just
goodness.
one that comes
Okay.
like the first, like boom, this one.
Yeah.
What?
Career.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That's
Okay.
good. Yeah,
Career.
I like that.
think
Yeah.
for career, I want to like really go out of the space I'm used to. You know, do more impactful stories.
Yeah.
Win more awards. in
Yes.
careers, in my career. Yeah.
Yeah.
And be able to travel more for my work.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Lord.
So
Yes,
in
please.
career,
I like
think that's
that.
where my
Yeah.
resilience will come
Will
through.
come
Alright,
through.
alright.
Yes.
Alright.
Then yeah.
I see that. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my days. For me, okay. So top 3 would be number 1. I want to give therapy a chance. I want to give therapy a chance.
Okay.
I
Because
could cry.
right, I know. Yeah, because I started at some point and then I felt judged and then I quit. Then you know I left.
Okay.
And not therapy because that you sijui niko na mashida mingi no, like sometimes just get to understand yourself better. I know this is a topic that we were to discuss, imposter syndrome, which I think we'll discuss. So sometimes I feel that way, but I just want to give therapy a chance, like wholeness, like holistic well-being, and not just focus on the physical but also on the mental, which I feel is like the most important thing. So that's like a gift for me to me. I want to focus on that, and I was thinking that is one of the like my gifts for my birthday is like just give therapy a chance. Okay. The second part is, I think we've talked about this, and it's like focus on investments. So personal development in terms of like learning about money and how money works and seeing where can I invest and all those things, different, multiple sources of income. So that is very big for me for 2025. And then the third one would be go international as well, like in terms of my career. I'd want to go international as well, and there's so many others which again I'll put on my vision board, but those are like my top 3 for 2025. That is what I want to achieve. Anyway, we have to end the show.
Happy New Year.
Yes. So thank you for watching.
Don't forget to actually, if you pray on those.
Absolutely.
On those things, and I'm happy that we all put it out.
Yeah.
So, and we have 4 of us here to hold each one of us to account. Yes. Yeah. So but we'll achieve it. 2025. By end of 2025, we'll look back and say, "Hey,
we did it."
What did we say?
Robi learned how to swim." By end of 2025. But thank you for watching. If you reached this far, kudos to you. Consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Straight from the Source Podcast, but also everywhere else that you listen to your podcast. And also a big shout out to Bittiner Wear KE. Yes, making us look this beautiful. Also remember to follow us on our individual social media platforms down there. And also let us know, what are some of your New Year goals? Okay, what is it that you want to achieve and all those things. And Happy New Year, full of goodness and mercy and health and all the positive things that come with. So Happy New Year from us here, Straight from the Source, where we always say, it's definitely saucy. Goodbye for now.
Bye.